Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah. So, I was worried about, like, I really need to come up with a separate profile for my machine because I was worried about, like, showing other people and stuff on my screen. But yeah, so I've got the chat popped out here. Hopefully that will stay on top. I've been using this little chat plugin from OBS, but for some reason it just vanished. And I was like, where did it go? And I tried to do WinTab to bring it back up, and it didn't come back up. And I was like, wait, I just WinTabbed and showed my entire second monitor, which fortunately it looks like there wasn't anything too revealing there. But I was like, I probably ought to not be on stream while I figure this out. So okay, I think I've got that up there, and I think it will stay there. So I'll just pretend that we didn't stream moments ago, and I'll go back and do this again. So I'm going to work on some production for a song of mine called Can't Home with the Drone, and I will play it for you, what I have so far now. I sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hold the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. So that's all we got so far, and I've got this second verse here that I want to record now. And as I was saying moments ago, there's probably going to be some kind of interlude between the first and second verses, but for the moment, I'm just going to come over here and try to record it. And it won't sound as good as the vocals on the first verse because we still got lots of noise and stuff in the background. But as long as I lay it down and figure out the timing, which will take many iterations, I'm sure, then we can fix it later. So I'm going to try to do that. So the way that I do vocal recording is unusual, to say the least. I like to have, let me duplicate this, and we don't need any of this stuff, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna do, oh, shift did not successfully press, dupe again. So I like to layer myself on top of myself many times, so that whenever I listen back, I hear myself over and over again. And it helps me figure out, tone and timing and pitch and all that stuff. So we're right here, and we're off by what, 2 beats? It's kind of hard to read that up there. No, it's like we're off by a whole bar. Okay, well, let's go a bar in and just start recording there. Hopefully that'll work. Let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, that sounds fine. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out the timing here. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, I need to make sure I've got the right mic source, which I think I do. I don't. I can never remember whether it's 7 or 8. It turns out it's 7. Okay, so I'm only coming through on the left channel, and I don't think I want any noise. Don't want any noise coming in from the right channel, so we're just gonna go, wait. It says it's coming in as double channel. Dual channel. Okay, well it should be fine then. Yeah, so I'm gonna record. So let's try this. I don't know how many bars it's gonna be, so we're gonna figure it out. I've already got the drums doing a fairly competent beat, so I will hopefully be able to just use that as my metronome and figure it out. See what happens. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. More or less. So where did that start here? There's so much time. Okay, so and the actual like vocal melody will probably get more interesting the more that I work on it, but right now I'm just sort of focused on the timing of it. There's so much time. So what if we just smash that right up here? How does that sound? I think we want it to start here, maybe. There's so much time. Oh, I accidentally deleted that, which is fun. My undo is not undoing it. It is doing something though. I hear the audio bouncing around. Okay, so I don't know how this ended up still selected, but whatever. I'll just delete that. There's so... let's get closer. There's so much time. Yeah, I think that's about right. I'm gonna start that so much. There's so on the 1. Okay, so let's select this, I guess. Oh wait, where does it end? Down the hall. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, get rid of this bit, and then loop this. There's so much time. I tried to pull my mic down partway through that, and this arm is not the best. So like, I looked over, I don't know if you saw, I was like, I see it slowly raising. I do not know a way to adjust this mic properly so that when I try to turn it this way, it doesn't just loosen the nut. If you have any idea how to do that, please, for the love of God, help me, because basically I have to unscrew this and then twist it back that way, which maybe that's the right way to do it, the right way, but it's obnoxious, I can tell you that much. Okay. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could. Okay, that's our first, 7 scratch tracks? If I'm counting properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think I've got a thing. Yes, okay. So, we'll just do it all one more time. And hopefully better. And if I start thinking in my head of like more interesting ways to sing it, I will. So you may hear that. Or you may hear me just continue to do it this way. We'll see. I probably ought to have Voicemeeter mirroring my mic, even when it's not armed. The downside there is that if I hear something cool, I'm not actually recording it. So I'm trying to rely on Reaper alone to do both my output to the stream and to the track. So we'll see how long I think that's a good idea. For now, we'll keep doing that. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. So we got that. I'm trying to decide if I should do more of this or move on to the next bit. I'm not like 100% sure how I want the next bit to go yet, but we could work on it a little bit, I guess. Let's listen to this a couple times. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. What's up, man? How you doing? We're working on Can't Home with the drone. Just doing scratch vocals, trying to figure out timing and stuff. I hope you are well. Outstanding. I got the next 12 bars down. I'm gonna have to redo it with, less noise. But yeah, this is what we came up with. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. And yes, I do hear all the lip smacking and stuff like that. It's tricky because I have to get very close to take advantage of proximity effects to filter out all of that AC noise. But we're working on it. Like I said, scratch vocals. It turned out to be almost exactly 12 bars, which was handy. So yeah, now we have that in the first bit, and I guess we can try to do the last bit. I'm probably gonna have to rewrite some of it. So lyrically, this is what I've got going on in the last bit, and my original conception of this was much more melodic and not just spoken word. So it may end up that way once we've got the timing down, but right now I'm just working on getting all the timing together. So if I started here, oh yeah, and you can see my process now where I've got 8 different tracks that I'm layering on top of each other. Just helps with me figuring out timing and stuff. But yeah, so I guess I can try there's a way to move this. What is it? Shift left, shift right, something like that. Let's try shift right. Nope, that's nudge. I forget what the key is. Control? Nope. Okay, there's a way to move the loop brace, but I'll have to figure that out later. I have read a good amount of the Reaper manual, but it's literally over 400 pages. So sometimes you read it and you're just like, oh my god, how am I ever going to remember that? What is that? Is that 24 to 35? We're probably going to want 36, which I think should be there. Sibilants. Apparently actually here. So I'm going to put it here, and then gonna try to, this next bit I have no concept of how the rhythm is gonna go, so I'm just gonna let it go and see what I come up with. We're gonna have to expand this, I think. We'll probably make it smaller once we figure it out, but yeah. Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like you're enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? We'll go with that for now. The next bit is going to be very tricky. I don't want to give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can't be. It's very wordy, and I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. But this one sounded okay, so we can loop that for a minute and make it better. So we'll come over here and just do some. My stomach is saying hello. Getting texts from Jordan. Okay, so let's just start on this one. can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to... So we're getting some plosive spiking on the word burden, or even burden to bear, and then potions. I fixed the potions ones a little bit the last time by doing a, whatever you call that, oblique mic speak. But yeah, clearly it's something we need to be mindful of, because we're getting big puffs of air there. So we will just try to loop it all one more time. Yeah, that's basically, I just sort of did this kind of deal, and I'm sort of doing a little bit of back and forth movement to try to keep the from getting picked up as well. But yeah, so we'll give it another round. Why can't I make... I have a pop filter on this mic, my little triple thing, but when I was using this the other day to record, it picks up so much more noise than this thing, it's not even funny. And somebody told me they were hearing like a high-pitched whine, like DC motor interference or something, which I didn't really hear it, but I don't want to be out here trying to, stream for people and have them hearing horrible noises. So I switched back to this guy, and it at least, yeah. Well, and I'm going to redo all of this. Like, this is just scratch. I'm going to redo all of this with the fan off. Like, if you hear this first verse, I actually did this here. And I can make it
I sit here
sound decent.
waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to...
Of course, it's going to sound better in the studio. But, like, it doesn't sound bad if I get everything set up right. But yeah, right now I'm just working on timing and, technique and all that stuff. So we will try to loop this. Oh yeah, this bit, yeah. I'm gonna try to go through this one more time and do better than last time.
Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why
Better, still some pop on the word burden, but I was just gonna say, as you were talking about that, it's funny because the more I've used a mic, the more I've seen myself sort of picking up on, like, when I watch people perform the stuff they're doing, like when they're turning their head and they're like pulling away from it to take breaths and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm doing that now. So that's been fun to see happen. Like, I thought it was affectation, like when I had less experience using a mic, like, you know, when people would do stuff like that, it's like, oh, they're really feeling it. It's like, well, they might be feeling it, but that's also just mic technique.
Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make some?
This is just, yeah, and I actually asked Jordan, because he's really good at droning and stuff, like, to help me come up with a drone. This song actually is about the difficulties of doing creative stuff in a shared space. Like, my boyfriend is often over there watching TV, and, you know, there's people on Twitch, or he's got TV shows and stuff on. So one idea I had was that I can record the stuff that he's doing, and then sort of overlay that on each other enough times that it sort of just becomes like this ambient background noise type stuff. So, like, you'll hear as the song begins, like the intro, it starts like this. And I imagine right about here we'll get sort of the overlaid chattering type stuff to like slowly stage up, so you start hearing like just sort of this people talking in the background, and I don't know if that'll go throughout the whole song or it'll just sort of start that way. But yeah, I mean, if you've got ideas for this song, I am open to anything. I am all about collaborating as much as possible. But yeah, I also asked Jordan because he's good with drones and stuff, so we'll see. I do envision, like right now I'm just sort of smashing all these vocal lines together, but I envision that between the first and the second verse there will be some sort of interlude, and then between the second and the third verse there'll be some sort of interlude. So right now we're just sort of very basic, getting stuff down. And I keep forgetting on Burden. I'm doing better on Potions now, but I keep forgetting to like turn away on Burden to Bear, which we'll do better. We'll keep going.
Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like your enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? Why can't I make some?
We got another round of those, so I can work more on that later. As fun as it is for me to loop that, it's probably not the most exciting thing to watch. So we can move on and try to do the last little bit. I have it as technically the same verse. It says chorus, that's just laziness. But I have it as technically the same verse as this, but I think of it as sort of a different thing. So it may end up being part of this verse, or it may come at the end. But I'm going to have to sort of vibe it out because I have no idea how this is going to go. So we'll do that. Was this 8 bars? Go, what, 24 to 32? Yeah, exactly 8 bars, in fact. Fun how that works out. Yeah, so I'm guessing this will be another 8 bars, but we will see. It's got a whole lot more words than the last one. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And let's just drag out, I don't know, more than 8, and then adjust back to 8 if we need to. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do it slower. I'm going to have to split this up some. So I will try it. I don't want it. Oh, nope. Gotta wait a little bit to get the beat. I don't want to give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell... Ooh, it's going to be a tough... but maybe by the time the bell is rung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and send air. Oof. The timing was not at all like with this beat and delivery in mind, so I'm just like, oh, how am I gonna do this? That sounded okay at least. So give this a few more tries, and I want to go ahead and splice it to just this. Oh, where did I go? I accidentally pressed end. Okay. We don't need this. But we do want a couple, like a bar for timing purposes. I think that's right. Does that say 32? Okay, so that's a half bar, but whatever. I wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexity. Let's try it again. I don't want to give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in
nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung.
Okay, so we get there on that, and then we gotta figure out, but maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative. Oof. It's so clearly like not in the rhythm at all. So we're gonna have to adapt for what we've got. And it could be the case that like we do a complete rhythm change at this point to make all this fit, but I guess we'll find out. So if I were here, I'd be like, but maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative. Find the motive to get evocative. I can say it that way, but that's just awkward. Now find the motive to get evocative. I like generally when I do lyrics to like, or vocals, to have the word sort of ring as it is usually spoken. So to be like, to get evocative is just not my vibe. And send air from lung to tongue. I mean, I guess I can try to do it that way, just to get it in rhythm, and then maybe I can make it better later. Okay, so let's turn off loop and go here, and then record on this track.
To be spoken should be
Actually, let's
sung.
record on this track.
To be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sip air from lung to tongue.
Okay, obviously needs work, but that is it. So that ends right about there. We'll come here and go on to this track.
I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and send air from lung to tongue.
I wasn't looping, but it was pretty ugly anyway. Alright, we'll just keep trying. Hopefully we find the vibe.
I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and send air from lung to tongue.
Yeah, I think we need to...
Maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and send air.
To get evocative and send air. It's a lot to just cram into a small space. Motive to get evocative. I might just have to change the words, honestly. Like, I like find the motive to get evocative, but I'm not sure it works for this rhythm. Find the And then I've got to jam an and in there. Find the motive to get evocative and send air from lung to tongue. I guess we'll just try it a few more times. What we end up with is what we... I was saying what we end up with is what we end up with, and I can always fix it later. It's easier to iterate and improve than to do nothing.
I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue. I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue. I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue. I don't want it.
It is very ugly. Probably gonna have to rewrite that. But we'll just do it a few more times, fill out these other tracks, and then figure out what comes next. Listen to the whole thing, and maybe move some stuff around, start working on the instrumental a little bit more.
I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue. I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue. I don't wanna give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and sincere from lung to tongue.
I don't like it. But We'll figure it out. Okay, yeah, so I guess we've at least got 41 and some bars of this, so we can listen to the mess I have made. And we will listen.
I sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hold the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulge in my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. There's so much time that we could spend that just goes flying by. We can never know when you or I will die. I haven't found the reason. I don't know the whens and whys to turn the page and reach the stage where you look into my eyes, living in each other instead of staring at the wall. Take the hand of a one-man band and go dancing down the hall. Why can't I make something you don't hate? What a burden to bear when trying to create. I'd settle for something you'll tolerate. Will I turn into you or you turn on to me? I don't want to feel like you're an enemy. How many potions must I imbibe to resist one of my diatribes? I don't want to give my thoughts short shrift by reducing them to words. Realities, complexities can't be encapsulated in nouns and verbs. They say what's too stupid to be spoken should be sung. But maybe by the time the bell is rung, I'll find the motive to get evocative and send air from lung to tongue.
Yeah, that really doesn't work. So we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, so if we come over here, just play it.
High prices, making familiar sacrifices. There's so much time.
I'm wondering what we do between those two sections. So I can just move, let's see, this ends at what? Is that 12 and a half? So that's gonna drop out, and then we want to come back in at somewhere, I don't know. See what makes sense.
Sacrifices.
I feel like there's got to be something instrumental that goes on at least until like 20 maybe. So if we move all this over to 20, maybe that will make sense. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes. except we want it to come in on 20, and it looks like it comes in right there. So let's see if that's right.
There's so much.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, if we wanted to, we could cut out some of the fuzz here. It's not ultimately going to matter because we're going to re-record this anyway, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time working on, like, producing these scratch vocals. So, I guess we'll see what it sounds like to move from one to the other with an 8-bar gap in between, and then try to figure out what goes in that gap.
Prices pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. There's so much. Prices pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. Sacrifices.
So we've got 8 bars here to play with, and I figured I might just play around a little bit and see if anything sounds interesting. I was going between A major and minor, and I was kind of doing some interesting stuff. Actually, that's D, isn't it?
There's sacrifices.
I suppose it might as well be recorded.
There's sacrifices.
We're in tape mode. We're gonna switch to takes mode. See if anything interesting happens. I'm actually gonna make a new track for this. And then we'll just cut that entirely. I was wanting to adjust the volume up a little bit, but I don't want to mess with this. I mean, it's just a single note at the beginning, but nonetheless, we'll keep it in its own space. There was, if I come over here for a minute. Test. Okay, different EQ. But there's a vital tone I was using in here for sitting on top of the world. It's not that one, must be this one. I wanted to save it and potentially import it over, and try it out over here. Overwrite. I didn't favorite it. I'm like, I'll just go to my favorites. No, you won't. I don't know if this tone will work for this song, but we'll find out. We sure will. I should probably be using this one for my vocal, like for me talking. I could just have Voice Meter do it. That's fine. We're not doing vocals anymore. Test. That's gonna only be on one channel, so I'll have to do... Now let's just have Reaper continue to do it for now. My worry is like, I want this armed, but I don't want it to record. I want you to be able to hear me from it, but then I want to be able to record down here without what you're hearing being like looped every time. And I can do that, but presently I have my microphone coming in on the left channel of the i2, so like if I make it mono and then send it over to you, that should work. But the downside there is going to be if I actually want to use the synth functionality of the MicroFreak, then I won't be able to do that. But it's not plugged in anyway, so that's probably fine.
Sacrifices. 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 There's sacrifices. There's sacrifices. There's sacrifices. There's sacrifices.
Not at all the vibe I expected for this song, but I was vibing on it. So let's see. Just put that in.
Sacrifices.
What does that sound like if we go from the beginning? Oh, right. We don't technically need that first note. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I can always add it back in later if I want. I kind of like the idea of that sort of jazz loungy synth just popping in after the first verse, but I guess we'll see. We'll go see what it sounds like and then see if I still like it.
I sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hold the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices.
So I was getting the sense like it should come in sooner. It might stage up and like yeah, but if we're gonna do that, then it should appear sooner. So maybe we'll put it here, and then we'll do volume and sort of build up to it. It's a bit distracting when it comes in on the word sacrifices and it's just at full volume already. So let's add a point here. Take this one all the way down. And then, I don't know, let's try maybe halfway through the first verse. It reaches max volume. We'll see. Close enough.
I sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my.
I think it should come in later but get louder faster. So let's try that.
Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices.
I think it's
And
out
don't-
of rhythm with the lyrics. Like it fits when there's not me singing, but I might want to redo it over those vocals to make the rhythm fit better. So we'll try that.
Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices.
I didn't have looping on. Okay, fair enough.
Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar. Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar. Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar. Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar. Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices. Indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar. Sit here, waiting. Don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill, don't wanna go it alone, I can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill, don't wanna go it alone, I can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill, don't wanna go it alone, I can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sit here, waiting.
So yeah, again, not at all something I expected to be part of this song, and maybe later I'll be like, no, that doesn't work, we'll take that out. But I think it's kind of cool at the moment. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and we'll continue this on into the bridge, and then we'll turn loop off and listen to what that sounds like.
I sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another. I sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill, don't wanna go it alone, I can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sacrifices.
It's funny because now instead of adding this during the bridge, there's something else that needs to accompany this during the bridge.
I sit here, waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill, don't wanna go it alone, I can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar, sacrifices.
So I think here there ought to be just like a bold chord, maybe the D or something.
making familiar sacrifices. Making familiar sacrifices.
It's very quiet.
Making familiar sacrifices.
I didn't really mean to do that dun dun dun, but it kind of works.
Making familiar sacrifices.
I kind of like it actually. Can make the timing better later, but it's kind of nice.
Making familiar sacrifices. I sit here waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. Making familiar sacrifices. Making familiar sacrifices. Making familiar sacrifices. I sit here waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't. I sit here waiting, don't wanna be a bother, so I don't bother to make another mountain out of this molehill. I take a chill pill and get my fill. Don't wanna go it alone, but can't hum the drum, and so I enter a zone of my own devices, indulgent my vices, pay high prices, making familiar sacrifices. Here, so, here, so. Here. Here, sacrifice, 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 here, sacrifice. sacrifice here, sacrifice here, sacrifice here, sacrifice here, sacrifice.
I feel like it kind of works. Okay, it's been an hour and a half. We did a full ass stream, so I'm going to go for now. We definitely made progress. Lots more scratch vocal than anything else, but this has totally changed the vibe of the song. It was like desperate and hopeless before, and now it's kind of swingy and cool. So that will be interesting to see where things go with that. But yeah, I will thank anyone for watching if they have done so, and I will say have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.